Thank you, Jay, and glad to be with you here from Williamsport. Welcome to the Little League World Series presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Beautiful afternoon as we get set for a full day of elimination games. We are down here at Volunteer Stadium, and we're getting ready for the first matchup of the day. On the elimination side, it is Canada, the kids from Vancouver, taking on the team from Mexico. And of course, in the Little League World Series, we have kids who are 10 to 13 years old. Double elimination tournament with 16 teams, 8 on the international side, 8 on the U.S. side. We play 6-inning games on fields 2/3 conventional size and have the mandatory minimum play. How about yesterday? We had tons of memories from the action all across Williamsport. Joaquin Tejada in Panama in a hard-fought, dramatic win, 3-2 with a run in the bottom of the 6th inning. New York improves to 2-0. They have been one of the best-looking teams here in Williamsport with a 3-1 win over the team from Tennessee and South Korea. 10-0 with power on the mound and power from Wante Cho and company. Usain Bolt would be proud. South Korea won against Canada by that final score of 10-0. And then the nightcap, 14-4. That doesn't really tell the whole story of the game. It was an extra inning game, 3-3 going to the 7th, and 11-run 7th inning for Kentucky as they beat Iowa. So here's how we stand as we start the elimination games today. Undefeated teams on the U.S. side, New York and Kentucky. Panama, South Korea on the international side. The teams in the middle are the teams that have to try to stay alive with wins here this afternoon and this evening. Hi, everybody. Dave Fleming alongside John Kruk. And, well, look, we saw the highlights from yesterday on the international side. One close game, one not so close. Canada loses 10-0 to South Korea. It's good to be 12 years old, though, because the kids from Canada, even just a couple hours later, look like they'd forgotten all about it.
Especially playing only 5 innings. They got 10-run ruled. And of those 15 outs, all of them were by strikeout. So how do you get over it? Anything deep fried, Oreos, funnel cake, you name it. They were eating it last night during the night game, and they're ready to go today.
Yeah, looks like they're pretty loose. Yeah, so those kids, the deep fried Oreos, and now ready for baseball today. Meanwhile, Team Mexico, with one of their star players, Victor Juarez, available, they benefit from the rain we had here on Sunday. If this game was played as scheduled yesterday, he would not have been able to go.
Yeah, and he pitched great against Panama. He had that one bad inning, but he struck out 12 of the hitters from Panama, and gave up 5 hits. But he is also their hitting star. You see the numbers: 5 for 7, 3 extra base hits. He's the man. If Mexico's going to keep going on, he has to shut down this team from Canada's offense.
So we'll see Victor on the mound. Team Canada with its spirit in the stands. Both these teams still have championship hopes alive. So that's the beauty. When you win your first game, you have a little wiggle room. And these kids from Vancouver, British Columbia, big city, beautiful city, about 120 miles north of Seattle. Great place. And before the kids from Canada come to bat here in the first inning, we're almost ready to go. Why don't we meet the team from British Columbia, brought to you by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Hi, my name is Nicolas Barba, and my favorite player is Josh Donaldson.
Hi, my name is Nathan Clegg, and my favorite player is Mike Trout.
Hi, my name is Sean Coventry, and my favorite baseball player is Josh Donaldson.
Hi, my name is Antonio Cusati, and my favorite baseball player is Dustin Pedroia.
Hello, my name is Stefano Del Sasso, and my favorite player is Andrew McCutcheon.
My name is Liam Lewis, and my favorite baseball player is Justin Morneau.
Hi, my name is Liam McLean, and my favorite baseball player is Marcus Stroman.
Hi, my name is Aaron Mack, and my favorite player is Josh Donaldson.
Hi, my name is Anthony Porcelato, and my favorite player is Josh Donaldson.
Hi, my name is Mateo Ripley, and my favorite player is Dustin Pedroia.
Hi, my name is Christian Santarelli, and my favorite player is Marco Estrada.
Hi, my name is Laredo Siniscalchi. My favorite player is Bryce Harper.
Hi, my name is Lucas Sirachi. My favorite player is Josh Donaldson.
So, Crucky, that is the team from Canada. They beat Japan, and that's one of the monumental wins of this tournament so far.
Yeah, well, when you have Laredo Siniscalchi on the mound, they're going to win those games he pitches, and that's the hope for Canada in this one. If they can stave off elimination, find a way to beat Mexico, Siniscalchi can go their next game.
You're right. That would be huge for them. So win today, stay alive, and get Laredo on the mound. Here's the kid who will pitch for Mexico. He mentioned how the rain outs on Sunday have benefited this team because Victor Suarez and everybody, they've got the full complement of pitchers available today.
And just watching Victor Suarez warm up, very high velocity, a big hard breaking ball. You know, this is going to be a tough test for Team Canada here against this flamethrower from Mexico.
Now, the one thing I would say is, and this is no knock on Victor, almost whoever they see on the mound today will be more hittable than what they saw yesterday with South Korea.
Yeah, I tell you what, that team from South Korea is loaded down with pitching and power at the plate. They're going to be a tough out.
Yeah, big time. So the winning team advances to play the winner of Curacao, Australia. John and I will have that game a little later today. The game tomorrow at 1 Eastern. The winner of this one against the winner of Curacao, Australia. The losing team is eliminated from the Little League World Series. So the Canadian fans are fired up and ready to go. We'll have vocal fans on both sides. A lot of support for both these teams.
Yeah, without question. And, you know, it's, if you're Team Canada, you just have to figure out a way. We need to put more balls in play. You know, every out recorded yesterday was a strikeout. They only got 1 hit, so they got to figure out a way to put the ball in play and make Mexico play some defense.
And let's see if the top of the order can get them started on that. How about that start for Victor Suarez? All right, so maybe I'd take it back. That looks a lot like what they saw yesterday.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pop into Nuncio's glove.
0-1 the count. Cuzati catching, hitting leadoff, left-handed hitter against Victor Suarez, who's got that nice deliberate motion. And then the 75 miles an hour out of his hand. You see the major league equivalent velocity, and we'll show you those on the high-speed fastballs. If you throw 70, that's the equivalent of a 90-plus mile an hour big league fastball.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm not sure Victor Suarez is going to stop at 70 anytime soon, so we might be able to eliminate that one. Just go 75 to 80. Wow.
1-2. So you think they're happy to have him on the mound here today?
Don't think I would mess with the breaking ball just yet.
1-2. Cuzati does get the bat on the ball. But a foul ball, still a ball and 2 strikes. I think your point is a good one. Figure out a way to at least put the ball in play. And one thing about all those strikeouts, 15 of them, 6 of them were on a called strike 3. So look, you're facing high velocity pitching. That's understandable, but
you got to swing early. Don't give strikeout pitchers a chance to strike you out if you can help it.
That one tipped right into the middle of the catcher, Luis Nuncio, for strike 3.
Well, Victor Suarez, we talked about it, the high velocity. You talked about the deliberate delivery, but then the ball coming out of the hand is pretty high caliber velocity by this young man.
Yeah. So I do think this. I think Canada's at bats late in that game got a little better, even though the strikeouts kept coming. Here's a guy who's had good at bats. Not one of the bigger players, but Nathan Clegg has moved up in the batting order. He's hitting second today.
He has 1 for 3 so far in this World Series. So, you know, try to move up guys in the order. You know, try to get contact guys up there.
Victor Suarez throwing very hard. That one fouled. It's 0-2.
What I like too is it looked like the coaches with 2 strikes to Cuzati, the leadoff hitter for Canada. It looked like the coaches wanted to throw a breaking ball. He shook off because we saw Nuncio go 1 away. So he shook off the breaking ball because he's feeling pretty good about the old heater right now.
0-2. An elimination game on the international side. We're just getting started. Victor Suarez, though, already very impressive on the mound.
He shook off again.
He wants that fastball, the 0-2. On the ground toward the middle. The shortstop Gael Cortez was so smooth out there. Throws out Clegg. But hey, Canada gets the bat on the ball. I think that's a start.
That is a great start, and that's probably why they moved up Clegg in the lineup, because he will put the ball in play. And like you said, you got to make Mexico defend the ball if at all possible. I know you can't hit it, you can't guide the ball, but you might want to keep it away from this young man.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem when, okay, we're going to put it in play, and then you got that guy out there roaming around the infield.
He's pretty special. You know, I'm sure we're going to show his 2 home runs he hit the other day that were just annihilated.
Well, here's the big kid, Laredo Siniscalchi, who was so good on the mound. And for Canada, A lot of the theme today, I think, is, hey, let's live to see another day and get Loreto back on the mound.
He's about as dominant as we've seen here.
He is. And he's a good hitter, too. That one misses his 2-0. He would be eligible tomorrow. So if they win and move into that 1 o'clock game tomorrow.
You think Team Canada was hoping for 2 days of rain?
I think they were. Because this game would feel a lot different if he were pitching for Canada. 2-1.
Going to have to have 2 catchers ice down their hands after this one if he was pitching.
There's Dad Mario.
See where Loreto gets his size from.
Yeah, don't get in an arm wrestling match with Mario.
No. Anyone who has the gumption to wear a sleeveless shirt to a ball game, yeah, you don't mess with him.
There's Dad. 2 down, nobody on. Loreto had a hard time at the plate. He was frustrated yesterday against those South Korean pitchers. High fastball, 2-2, 77 miles an hour. That's the equivalent of a 100-mile-an-hour big league fastball.
Then, think about Aroldis Chapman. How many pitches he throws above 100 miles an hour. Team Canada might have to see this for 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah, it's like facing a closer for the full game. It really is. 2 down, nobody on. 2-2. Look at Nunzio trying to frame that thing. that wasn't real subtle, Luis.
Yeah. Woo. Tell you what, though, for that velocity, to be able to catch and move your glove that quickly,
that's pretty good.
Good effort.
So 3-2. Siniscalchi takes ball 4. That's a base runner for Canada.
And here's where the base runners for Canada have to be careful because the other day you and I were doing this the Mexican team from Mexico's game, and Luis Laro Nuncio loves to throw to bases. So if you get off too much on your secondary lead, Alejandro Trevino will sneak in behind you, and you got to be real careful.
Yeah, it's a good point because we did also on the flip side. We saw Canada run wild against Japan. Strike 1 with the fastball. They didn't have a chance to do it against the team from East Seoul Little League because they didn't have base runners. I would not be shocked if Siniscalchi at some point takes off here. 0-1 to Nicola Barba. Strike 2. And hey, you know what? It's the first at bat of the game. You're trying to measure up this kid who's obviously got a great arm. But here's what you're talking about. Now you're in an 0-2 hole. You've seen 2 fastballs, 2 strikes. This is not a comfortable spot.
No.
He strikes him out swinging. Power for Victor Juarez to start this game. Mexico will hit when we come back. Kids from Mexico, San Nicolas Little League in the state of Nuevo León, and San Nicolas just outside the city of Monterrey. So much history, color, culture, just south of the Texas border in the United States. And they've traveled here to Williamsport as a contending team. They do feel like they have real championship hopes. San Nicolas, founded in 1597, third largest city in Nuevo León. So Mexico in this scoreless game will come to bat in the bottom of the first. Let's meet the kids from Mexico.
Hola, mi nombre es Diego Cantú y mi jugador favorito es Robinson Cano.
Hola, mi nombre es Gael Cortés y mi jugador favorito es Julio Urias.
Hola, mi nombre es Eduardo García y mi jugador favorito es José Altuve.
Hola, mi nombre es Milton González y mi jugador favorito es Adrián González.
Hola, mi nombre es Patricio Juárez y mi jugador favorito es José Altuve.
Hola, mi nombre es Víctor Juárez, mi jugador favorito Manny Machado.
Hola, mi nombre es José Leal y mi jugador favorito es Dustin Pedroia.
Hola, mi nombre es Raúl López y mi jugador favorito es Salvador Pérez.
Hola, mi nombre es Fabián Mar y mi jugador favorito es Mike Trout.
Hola, mi nombre es José Miranda y mi jugador favorito es José Bautista.
Hola, mi nombre es Luis Nuncio, mi jugador favorito es Yadier Molina.
Hola, mi nombre es Francisco Torres y mi jugador favorito es Dustin Pedroia.
Hola, mi nombre es Alex Treviño y mi jugador favorito es Bryce Harper.
Hola, soy René Villarreal. Mi jugador favorito es David Ortiz.
So that's the team from Nuevo León, Mexico, and Crucky, here's their journey to this game.
Yeah, like you said, though, Dave, you did that Panama-Mexico game, and the kids from Panama could light up the radar gun, too. And then the big win against Italy, where Cortez hit a couple home runs. It's, you know, you would have to think confidence-wise, they're coming in on a higher note than the team from Canada, just because they won their last game, and Canada got dominated yesterday by South Korea.
And here's the pitcher that Canada will use at the start of the game, Stefano Dal Sasso, 12 years old. He pitched against South Korea, did give up a couple of runs, but I thought he was the most effective pitcher in that game.
Yeah, it looks like just watching him warm up, not overpowering, but he'll mix speeds up on his pitches and try to keep these hitters from Mexico off balance.
A bunt to start the game from Fabian Mar, and a good bunt for a base hit.
Yeah, perfect bunt by Fabian Mar. Look at this right down the line. The pitcher gets off really well, but the speed of Mar and the fact that Stefano Del Sasso had to underhand that ball, gets a little elevation, a little air under it. Not a good firm throw, but that's the only play he had right there. Good start for Mexico.
Great start, because now you get the kid you just referenced at the plate. Strike one, as called by our home plate umpire, Will Freeman. Here is Gael Cortez.
Beautiful swing, one of the prettier swings we've seen, and yeah, only has 2 hits in this Little League World Series in 2 games. Both of those, though, really long homers.
0-1 to him. Foul tips that one for strike 2. Let's watch those home runs. You mentioned the beautiful swing.
Yeah, look at the extension, just the compact swing, the great balance that Cortez has. You know, the ball just jumps off his bat because of that great torque in his hips.
0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count from Del Sasso to Gael.
And that's the one thing I noticed about Cortez hitting is if you keep the ball away, sometimes he reaches for it. He doesn't get to that pitch real well, but you throw something middle in, he's going to give it a rip.
He struck him out swinging. A little off speed away. Good pitch.
Yeah, and that's what we noticed about him is, you know, you keep the ball away from him, change speeds, you have a chance of getting him out. You know, you get something middle in, and look at the curveball right here by Del Sasso. Beautiful location with 2 strikes, down and away. You get Cortez to chase.
And look, it's Little League, but a funny thing about this Little League World Series is, as Jose Leal, the third baseman, comes up, runner at first, 1 out. Leal fouls one straight back. The games are on television, right?
Yeah.
So even if coaches aren't here in person, you can actually scout your opponents. You have an idea of maybe some game planning.
Yeah, you talk to all these kids here, and you know, what do they do between? Well, you know, we either take BP or we watch the games on TV, slide down the hill, go watch the games on TV. So yeah, they are watching, trying to figure this thing out.
I think he went around. He did, says William Freeman, our home plate umpire. Well, okay, you talk about scouting on TV or in person. South Korea is here.
And they got their phones out. It looks like they're not even paying attention, but I don't blame them. I mean, they are loaded. I mean, they can hit, they can throw. Wow.
That one fouled back just above us. We'll stay 0-2 to Jose Leal. Yeah, the Panamanian team has been impressive with the arms, the middle of the order, the balance of power from South Korea on the mound and at the plate. Little jam shot toward third, and they'll go to second, and the throw a little offline. Fabian Mar gets up and heads to third. First and third for Mexico.
A pretty good play by Nicolas right here to get to this ball, but you see the throw to Nathan Clegg. He got it off balance, didn't set his feet, threw it a little high, and the fact that the speed of Mar, we saw it on the bunt, now we see it running the bases. Put a lot of pressure on the defense from Canada, and now Mexico has something working here with first and third.
Yeah, and I don't know. Sometimes on a ball hit that softly, you don't have time to throw to first and get the out. That may have been his best option.
It was. He would have been out if he made a good throw. It's just, once you don't set your feet, it can go anywhere. I mean, we see big leaguers that don't set their feet, and they can cast it anywhere.
So here's Luis Nuncio, the kid who has been so impressive defensively at catcher, very versatile player. Chance to put Mexico ahead. 2-0.
He's been hitting fourth in this lineup, but he's yet to get a hit. Only 0 for 6 so far in this Little League World Series. And when you're hitting in the top 5-6 spots, you're expected to contribute offensively, and maybe this is an opportunity right here to get him started.
3-0. Well, I think it's bugged him that he hasn't had a hit yet. Luis and Veronica Nuncio, Luis's mom and dad.
And you know what? Maybe right here you turn him loose 3-0. He might get a good pitch to hit. And it's a good opportunity, but I think you have to understand is the guy behind him, Victor Juarez, is 5 for 7 so far in this Little League World Series.
You got the call on the outside. It's 3-1. Runner takes off. Now the throw from Del Sasso goes into center field, and that will allow a run to come home. So on the throw back to the catcher, runner taking off, that drew the throw from the pitcher, and it was not a good one. It's 1-0 Mexico.
Well, you noticed every pitch pretty much when the throw goes back to Del Sasso, the pitcher for Canada. Watch, he puts his head down, and once he puts his head down, the runner just takes off. Jose Leal just takes off, and that's one of those balls where you have to have someone in your middle infield say, eat it, eat it, eat it, no throw.
That's ball 4. So a run in and 2 on with only 1 out for Victor Juarez. You mentioned the numbers for him. He's been one of the best hitters in Williamsport so far. 13 years old. His younger brother Patricio is on this team.
Pretty impressed though with Del Sasso right now. Good fastball, breaking ball's been really good. Smart to stay away from these power hitters from the team from Mexico.
I think you're right. He stayed away from Juarez and got the foul ball.
And you saw it though. That pitch is away, but you saw Juarez roll his hands over. These kids from Mexico look to turn and burn. So you keep it away, you could easily get a ground ball right here to third base.
Pretty good Little League World Series batting average. Hey, Victor.
No kid, huh?
That one high and tight, and a good save by the catcher Antonio Cusati. And now the ball, I thought he had it. He didn't, and the runner goes to third.
I don't know how that missed Juarez on that pitch, but it did. Catcher knocks it down, but good base running by Leal at second base. He thought maybe Nuncio at first might follow him, but that's a tough call because there was a lot of hesitation at second base before running to third.
So here's the 1-2. Off the facade of the roof with the foul ball. Pretty healthy swing.
Pretty healthy young man. You got to believe there's some power in that bat too if you can throw 100 miles an hour.
1-2. Mexico trying to make this a big first inning. Foul ball on a breaking ball. He wants to swing.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want that free pass, but that pitch was in. But with 2 strikes, we've seen it. The strike zone could be a little wider one way or another by some umpires. But yeah, don't leave it in their hands. Take it out of their hands and swing at anything close.
I like it. That one did miss. But Del Sasso, he's still doing that where he's putting his head down when he gets the throw back from the catcher.
Yeah, if you're the team from Mexico, especially on first base right now with Nuncio, you would think, maybe you might take advantage of that because look how deep the infielders are playing.
On the ground, back to Del Sasso. He throws that runner at third. Now the runner breaks and the throw comes home. It's a chance for a double play, but Leal will make it back to third. So Cusati just couldn't get rid of it to Nicolas Barba. Handled well on the front side for Canada. 2 down, and for more on Victor Juarez, let's welcome in Marisol Castro.
Hey, thanks so much, Dave. You know, he comes from a baseball family, both Juarez boys. Their grandfather played right here back in 1962. They didn't win the World Championship, but boy, those boys told me before the game everything they ever wanted to know about the game of baseball they learned from their grandfather, also from their uncle. Both their uncle and their grandfather played, and they're not here because they're in their own playoffs in their hometown back in Mexico.
So a great baseball family, and you can see how the tradition of the game has been passed on with the way both those kids play. Victor's 2 years older than his younger brother, who's on this team.
Yeah, and playing winter ball 5 years in Mexico, you see that a lot. You know, kids at the games with their fathers, with their grandfathers, and they watch everything you do on the field. And, you know, you'll see some of these kids from Mexico, they look like the same mannerisms as big league players.
Well, Stefano Del Sasso, he's got a chance here. Mexico has put a lot of pressure on him. He's had to throw 24 pitches. Jose Miranda, the hitter, but he's got a chance to get out of this inning with only the 1 run allowed. That was very close. Stefano thinking, man.
He's a little upset about that one. That looked like a pretty good pitch.
So 2-2. On the ground to shortstop. Siniscalchi with that strong arm to throw a little high, but the foot got down on the bag. Good play, Liam McLean. And Stefano Del Sasso in Canada do a good job giving up only the 1 run.
Yeah, really good play, but you know this arm plays Siniscalchi, but look at the play by McLean. Up and down on the bag.
Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. They're great! And in part by Odyssey from Honda, official vehicle of Little League.
Now, I saw 6-year-old Lucia this morning, and she's been waiting a year to do that.
Yeah, I tell you what, she was moving going down that hill.
She was raring to go. 1-0 Mexico over Canada, and I think the team from Canada has to be pleased. They were in a world of hurt in that first inning and only gave up the 1 run. So that's important with a guy like Victor Juarez on the mound.
Yeah, especially, you know, you make 2 errors in an inning most of the time in Little League. That could lead to 3-4 runs, but yeah, great job by Del Sasso to only limit him to that 1.
So a 1-run deficit, and Sean Coventry with a good cut fouls one out of play. And look, it's easy for me to say sitting up here, Victor Juarez is throwing 75 miles an hour plus, but I think the aggressive approach is the way to go against him.
Yeah, I was always taught coming up is that if you have a strikeout pitcher, Nolan, Ryan, whoever, you know, you don't let them just get a free strike.
Another good swing. It's 0-2.
And I'm sure that the coaches from Canada are telling them, look, you know, might want to back up in the box and turn it up a notch because they get it started a little earlier. We always tell kids when a kid's throwing hard, don't go quicker, go earlier, start earlier. There's a lot of kids that they'll try to jump at the ball, try to really pound their front foot down to get it down faster. Just start it sooner.
0-2. Strike 3 swinging. So that's the 3rd strikeout for Victor Juarez.
And this is the timing thing. You see how deliberate that Juarez is, but then the ball comes out of his hand with such great velocity. And, you know, 2 strikes, that's a perfect pitch. A little bit off the plate, but you can't take it. You can't take it, but you can't hit it. If he can keep it out there the whole game, then it's going to be a long or a short day for this team from Canada.
I like the at-bat, though.
Yes. Yeah, swing. You never know.
Del Sasso swings and hits 1 foul.
Seem quick pitch.
Yeah. So now that just seems like.
Yeah, now the timing's really like all over the place because now he'll go slow and you got to wait. And then if he goes quick again, I mean, he's Johnny Cueto.
Let's see how he does it here. 0-1. The more deliberate motion. Well, Del Sasso's gotten the bat on the ball. He had the only hit against South Korea yesterday for Canada. He swung the bat well in Williamsport.
Having a great Little League World Series.
Good ball player. Juarez with that little slide step, and he shows off the breaking ball. So on the international side, Canada and Mexico playing. Australia, Curacao later this afternoon. And the winners will meet tomorrow, Wednesday at 1 Eastern. All of these from now on for these particular teams are elimination games.
Yeah, and that's where I think, you know, look, we know that South Korea's, you know, really, really good. But, you know, the team from Mexico, you lose their first game, they win their second game, and now all of a sudden, you know, they have some momentum moving forward into this tournament.
Yeah, I think the teams that win today feel like, hey, we got a legit shot. It's difficult. Aaron Mack will be the pinch hitter for Canada.
Yeah, and this is, you know, this is one of those games where you have to throw out pitch count if your team Canada, you know, try to take pitches, make his pitch count get up, because he's throwing strikes and he's throwing quality strikes. So you got to get up there and start hacking.
Starting to show off that breaking ball. It's 0-2.
I think this is really smart. You know, all of a sudden it's like, okay, they're starting to swing at everything. I'm going to go back to I'm going to go to my breaking ball now, which he really didn't show in that first inning.
So the back and forth between pitcher and hitter, we're seeing it right here in Williamsport in this game. The 0-2 from Juarez. Taken high. Good take by Aaron Mack.
Yeah, that might be one of those. We're going to show you something up and away, and now let's see if we can deal with this breaking ball again.
We call him Big Mac. He hits that breaking ball foul.
That might be a first too, a quick pitch breaking ball. Yeah, usually you quick pitch, you throw a fastball to try to get it past the hitter, jam him, but quick pitch with the breaking ball.
Well, we heard from Marisol about the baseball lineage, his family. He's obviously a nuanced player. I mean, you're doing that at age 13. Breaking ball got him. So another strikeout. He's got 5 of them in the first 2 innings and an 11-pitch inning of dominance.
Yeah, Juarez is really on top of his game. Big fastball away, another breaking ball to get a strikeout, and then finishing off the inning with another hook. Mexico 1-0.
Dave Fleming, John Kruk, along with Doug Out and Tony the Tiger.
Two of my favorites.
Yeah,
Two of my favorites.
Here in Williamsport, it's the Little League World Series. When we're done with Little League ball tonight, right here on ESPN, Big League Baseball from Seattle, Yankees and the Mariners. Boog, Sut, Doug Glanville will be in the booth. And guess who's going to join them? Junior. Number 24, Ken Griffey Jr. will be with us all broadcast long tonight from Seattle. And you know what? Among the many things, Crucky, that everybody loved about Ken Griffey Jr., I mean, they called him the kid. He played like a little leaguer in the big leagues.
Well, he was a kid when he first got there, and it was just so impressive from start to finish in his career, how great a player he was. He wasn't quite that young, but he was pretty young when he got there.
Well, he was, when he got to the big leagues, he would have been, what, 6 years older than the kid who's pitching for Mexico today?
Yes. Yeah, think about that.
Just 6 years older than a lot of these kids when he first appeared in the major leagues. And a Hall of Famer now. Alejandro Trevino goes to bunt and bunts it foul. It's 1-1.
I think one of the most interesting, one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen watching big league baseball playing was when him and his dad went back to back. That was, I mean, just the thought of your father being in the same clubhouse with you. I think I would have to be traded.
1-1.
It's him or me. You ain't getting both of us.
That was amazing. Strike 2 called. Yeah, that kind of reminiscent of Ken Griffey. A lot of folks wanted the hat on the plaque in Cooperstown to be backwards.
Tough to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
How would you know?
How would you know? 2-2. Well, anyway, I think it'd be interesting to have Junior on the broadcast with our guys tonight. I know they're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we said it last night. All the thing you can hope for is Boog and Sutton let him talk.
Which is, you know, maybe 50-50.
Yeah. Less of you is more of me. That's seems to be the mantra. But no, those guys are, you know, I know I was up in Bristol with Sut doing some baseball tonight. He actually called Junior, and Junior said, "Yeah, I'll do it, sure." So
2-2 to Trevino with Mom here in the stands watching, hanging in there against Alsaso.
It's going to be interesting to see his perspective on the game, because he was such a great player, and you know I've heard Magic Johnson do some basketball and other, you know, Hall of Fame great, one of the greats of the game players, and their perspective is a little different than most others.
That is a fact.
I remember watching a basketball game, a playoff game. Magic Johnson, John Barry was in the room, and Magic's watching the game and just like, oh, he missed him, oh, he missed him. And John Barry was a guard, and pretty good guard. And he goes, what did he miss? And they showed a replay, and the guy had like maybe 1 inch to 2 inches where he could have fed the ball to a player for a layup, and Magic sees he missed it, and no one else in the room saw anything. It's just what he sees is different than everyone else.
First pitch swing from Eduardo Garcia to center field, and a nice play. Lucas Sorache, who's made a couple of really good plays in Williamsport for Canada. 2 down.
Yeah, outfield play, all about that. Look at the smile, though. That's what's incredible. It's about the first step, and you see that first step breaking right on the ball, and you know, you watch him how he watches it all the way in his glove. It's just textbook, and Junior would have been proud of that one.
Very proud. Shades of Ken Griffey Jr.
No one happier than Del Sasso, though.
The pitcher always loves that. You think the pitchers appreciated Griffey's exploits out there over the years?
Robbing home runs, crashing into fences, diving on that turf. Yes.
That was my favorite part of his game. Here's Raul Lopez with 2 down and nobody on. Strike 2 swinging.
I tried one winter to try to emulate his swing. That was his. No one else could have that one. That was the most beautiful swing, and one of the most beautiful swings I've ever seen.
0-2. That one hit to right center field in the gap. Sorache does a good job of cutting it off, so that'll hold Raul Lopez to a 2-out single.
Another great play by Sorache. That, you know, cutting that ball off, keeping the, you know, with 2 outs, you keep the, you know, the force at second available. But again, you know, Lucas Sorache, another great first step, a great angle to cut that ball off. Quick return into the infield. I mean, you know, this kid's playing some D out there.
That's the way to do it. So now Patricio Juarez, the younger brother of Victor Juarez, on the ground to short. Senescalchi to second for the force out there, and that'll do it. 1 hit, no runs. On to the third. Mexico with a 1-0 lead.
You got the heart of a champion. Don't you know you can do anything?
Curacao has done it. Japan just cannot believe what happened.
Oh, what a catch! How did Britton Moore get there? Oh, what a play by Guevara!
I will be there always to cheer you on.
That was amazing! Right back up to you. Oh, yeah!
And he crushes one to right. My goodness. That sounded good, didn't it? A 2-home run day.
Goodlettsville, Tennessee is going to win with a walk-off double.
I'm going to cheer you on. I'm going to be right there to cheer you on.
And to think we still have 5+ days of Little League World Series baseball still to go here in beautiful Williamsport. Welcome back to the Little League World Series, presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes on this spectacular Williamsport day.
Beautiful is that? Has there ever been a movie made about this whole facility here?
Well, we make one every year.
It's a good point. This is great. You couldn't ask to do anything better than this. Watch these kids play. The skill level
Bouncing ball from Liam McLean to third. Well, Canada, I think they are starting to get a little more adjusted to the velocity of Victor Juarez. Now, can they turn that into hits and production? We'll see.
Yeah, and we've mentioned it last inning. Victor Juarez knows that too, and the coaches for Mexico, and so he's thrown a few more breaking balls the last inning to get strikeouts, and might see a few more this inning. Like Hank Aaron said, he said you could time a jet going through the strike zone. When they put a wrinkle on it, whole different story.
Well, all right, we had Lucas Sorachi coming to the plate, but we're going to use Christian Santorelli, who has been a force for Canada. Now, he hasn't played much in the field, but when he comes to the plate, things tend to happen for this team.
He's got a home run and 2 RBIs coming off the bench.
Yeah. So, see if Santa can make something happen. He has pretty good approach too. All right, now, you think that guy's planted?
Well, I think he was at our game last night.
Okay.
That lasted till 11:30 and just made it over this way. Yeah, he had like a little, nice beard going, but nothing like that. But yesterday, that 7th inning, took an hour. That beard could have grown a little bit.
Santa came to see Santa.
You wonder if he did.
And the Little League from Mexico is San Nicolas, right? I mean, it all kind of comes together. Ouch. Yeah, not quite as good of a Santa beard, but not bad.
Envious.
He's still got a few months for the holiday season. And hopefully Luis Nuncio is okay. That one got him.
High velocity from Victor Juarez.
Right there.
Good fastball by Victor Juarez. Santa fouls it off in one hop right into the ankle bone.
These kids who are 11, 12, 13 years old, who put that gear on and get down in the squat, they're tough kids.
They really are. And, you're looking at, 100 miles an hour, too. So we've seen how difficult it is for the team from Canada to hit it. But, also catching it. I'm sure he's used to catching Victor Juarez, but still, once that ball foul tipped and it can hit the catcher anywhere, it's going to hurt.
2-1 the count. Christian Santorelli pinch hitting. He had a good cut there. It's 2-2.
Yeah, they're starting to get some pretty good cuts at the fastball. And again, now it's how can you hit the breaking ball too if you can throw it for a strike?
Now remember, I know they got overwhelmed by South Korea, and so far Victor Juarez has been very good. They put 10 on the board against Japan. They scored 10 runs in that game against Japan. Got him with the breaking ball. 2 down.
It's not going to be easy for the team from Canada, because now all of a sudden the thing you like about it is sometimes kids throw fastball, curveball. You might be able to eliminate one or the two. If he's bouncing his breaking ball, if you can be disciplined enough to lay off on it, he's throwing both pitches for strikes and quality strikes.
2 down, and Antonio Cusati, the catcher for Canada. The emphatic strike call from William Freeman, our umpire.
Farrell, huh? Not bad. Apparently he likes to be entertained.
That's a foul ball. 0-2. So now he's got him set up with a couple fastballs.
What he does with here, but remember how he finished off the 2nd inning. He threw a fastball up and then the breaking ball to get the swing and miss.
Oh, 2. Strikeout swinging. So another good inning for Victor Juarez on the mound. Middle of the 3rd in Williamsport. Hey, look, they love the kids, but look who else they love.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. The fan club is all over the place.
No, that ain't happening, folks.
All right, so maybe, oh, I figured it out, Crucky. There's your ride down the hill. Come on.
The SS Honey Badger. I'm thinking, though, 250 with the forward roll might just destroy the Honey Badger.
Could be capsized. 1-0 Mexico.
Cardboard's never stopped this frame yet.
We're going to keep lobbying before the week is over. Stefano Del Sasso in Canada behind 1-0, bottom of the third, and the big hitters coming up. Gael Cortez, who struck out his first time up. He's got a lot of power, though. Ball one just outside. Seems to be the game plan against Gael. Keep it away.
Yeah, keep the ball away. You know, we've seen what he can do with pitches middle in. Unbelievable power, but away he's had a little struggle with it.
Foul right down around home plate.
That's another pitch away, but you can see, you know, that pull swing that he has right now. He's barely getting on top of it, fouling it off. If you make a mistake middle in, though, it could get going to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, watch out in the trailer. Good curveball, 1-2.
I'm really impressed with Del Sasso. Just good command, he's keeping his team in the game.
That one is lined into left center field. He got a pitch in, and he knew just what to do with it. Cortez will stop at second.
Yeah, Gael Cortez can hit that pitch middle in without question. And you know, Del Sasso went away, but look at this one. Leaks out over the center of the plate. Look at this swing. Short little stride, short compact, two-strike approach, really, because it's just a short stroke. And once that ball hit the grass and got in the gap, you know, Sorachi's been playing a great center field. No way he cuts that one off. And now Mexico's got something going.
Got the call on the outside. Jose Leal, the third baseman, third place hitter. Reached on an error his first time up. Hits that one well to center field. And gone. Up over the trees. A two-run home run. Viva Mexico. 3-0. They lead Canada.
Jose Leal was look at this pitch. It was a breaking ball, but it was away, but it was still elevated, and let Leal get the bat on the ball. Big, strong kid. But I knew it was going to be a home run. I didn't think it was going to go over the trees though in center, but it did.
Yeah, that one just kept going. Big time power.
Hey, just relax, Just relax. The pitch just got too much of the strike zone. Okay, with these guys here, you're going to have to take a little bit out of the strike zone. Make them reach for the pitch. Inside, make it tight inside, outside, make sure it's a little bit more outside. Make them reach, make them pop it up. You're pitching well, stay focused, don't worry about it. We'll come back, keep throwing strikes, keep commanding the strike zone that you can, and we'll get this, okay? Just make sure crisp on the outside, crisp on the inside. Okay, let's go. Go get him. 2 strikes up high,
Really good advice. Throw it over the center of the plate, and this team from Mexico is going to hit it, so be careful. Try to go out of the zone, make him chase, because Mexico is an aggressive swinging team.
And I think he has been pitching well. Back-to-back hitters punished a mistake, and even those pitches weren't just right down the middle. That one hit into right field, past the dive of Nathan Clegg. So Nuncio with an aggressive swing, and he's got himself a hit.
Yeah, finally getting on the board is Nuncio, and that, you know, we were waiting for this to happen. He has a really good swing. And again, though, Del Sasso, another pitch that covers too much of the plate and elevated. You know, he's made 3 mistakes this inning, and only 3, but all 3 of them got hit hard. And when you're not throwing with great velocity, location is your friend.
That one kind of punched into center field. So here come the hits. Victor Juarez has another one. His 6th of the Little League World Series. 2 on, still nobody out. 6 for 9 plus that arm on the mound.
That'll play. And this is where if you're Canada, you can't let this get away from you this inning. 3 runs is going to be tough enough to score against Juarez, but you got to keep them there.
Francisco Torres on the ground to short, and Siniscalchi maybe had a chance to tag the runner, didn't do it. He goes to first for the out, so the runners advance, and maybe his idea is just make sure you get the one.
Yeah, and look at this play. Once he crosses in front of the runner, you see Nuncio has to stop, and that would have been an easy force at third base if Siniscalchi wanted to throw there. But again, you're always told, get an out. Sometimes that that thought of just make sure of an out, you don't understand that the runner stopped. You could have gotten a force at third.
Yeah, with a tag or with a throw. But they'll take the first out. Here is Milton Gonzalez as a pinch hitter. One outside. Milton's 12 years old, left-handed hitter. We've seen him play some first base. An elimination game in Mexico in a very good spot with the way their guy is pitching on the mound.
Well, and this is I'm sure if you're the coaches from the team from Mexico, you dropped 2 or 3 more runs on the board, you might think that they might conserve some pitches for Juarez and get him out of the game and save him for a couple days from now.
Yeah, and you know what? With this rally here, Mexico, their coaches, their manager, they may be talking or thinking about that right now. You open this game up a little more. A hit here could be huge for today and for the next couple days.
Yeah, that'd be the toughest thing. The kid's pitching great. He has, we don't want to jinx anything, but he has a no-hitter going. Sure, throwing a no-hitter in a Little League World Series would be an unbelievable thing, but you got to, if you're Mexico right now, if they score more runs, you have to look forward.
2-2 to left field. And it's off the bottom of the wall. Just past the reach of Sean Coventry. 2 runs will come in to score a double. 5-0.
Here's a good protection swing right there. Pitch out over the plate. Fly ball to left field. Coventry, I don't know if he didn't see it off the bat well, but the ball straight over your head. You have to try to turn and run back to a spot. And, good. Young, he's going to learn that. But the ball gets over his head, and now some big decisions have to be made for this team from Mexico. What do we do with Victor Juarez?
There's Diego Cantu hitting and taking strike 1. Yeah, and it could be that hit helps make the decision a lot easier. They have the full complement of arms, Mexico does. 37 pitches for Victor Juarez, and we'll find out in the 4th inning. But that one is kind of punched to shallow left, and Siniscalchi got back to make the play. So 2 down with that runner at second. Our aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. We both love those aerial shots.
That's beautiful.
Gives you a full sort of understanding of the great facility here. Both playing fields. The winner advances to play the winner of Curacao and Australia, and they'll have to play tomorrow early, 1 Eastern. That one on the ground, foul from Villarreal, pinch hitter. And the loser is eliminated. So this is an elimination game on both sides. Mexico, and it's a different group of kids, different team, but they got to the international championship game last year, and against the eventual overall champions, Japan, lost 1-0. A very closely contested game. Inside, it's 1-1.
And no one has ever gotten to the championship game after losing their first game in Williamsport.
Yeah, no one's ever won the overall championship after doing it, at least.
And this is, this team from Mexico, though, look, they lost their first game, but they've been looking pretty good their last two.
Good play by Barba at third to throw out Villarreal, and that ends the inning. But the two-run home run from Jose Leal, part of a big inning for Mexico, up over the trees. Mexico now leads 5-0. Yeah, so that's our next game here today. Also an elimination game, and the kids from Iowa are headed up the hill, and we'll see how they bounce back. You were there last night, Crucky. I mean, that was a close, hard-fought game, and then the top of the seventh happened.
Yeah, it really was. And, you know, when the team from Kentucky had the bases loaded, no outs, you thought, wow, this could get blown open. And three great defensive plays by the team from Iowa, but Isaiah Head just wasn't going to allow Iowa to score any runs. And
well, we were talking about the possibility of some strategy here, and Mexico's going to do it. Victor Juarez will go to third base and basically swap spots with Leal, who goes from third to the mound with a 5-0 lead. And Victor Juarez, because of that pitch count, will only have to sit out one day. He would be eligible to pitch again on Thursday. And if Mexico wants to keep going in this tournament, they got to win tomorrow. They got to win Thursday. Then they'd have to win in the international championship game.
And we saw Leal pitch the other day. He has a really good arm too. And you wonder if this is going to be one of those, you know, 20 pitch deals to try to get through maybe the fourth and the fifth.
1-2. Mateo Ripoli, they call him the Ripper. He does. He's got a good swing. He's a good athlete, just not a big kid yet.
1-2.
Fouls that one back toward us.
From Canada, though, they're up there getting their hacks in.
Well, and that's the thing. You make this move, and you can understand why, but you do take a risk when you take a pitcher out who's throwing the ball as well as Victor Juarez was. It's not 8-0. 5-run innings happen all the time in the Little League World Series. On the ground, very softly hit, a bare hand pickup. Cortez throws him out.
Wow. We've talked about the power off his bat, but we also mentioned how athletic he is at shortstop. Seen a couple really good ones here. Miles Risley, Devin Obie, and this young man right here, Gael Cortez, which is a bare hand play. Looks it in his hand, and a great catch and throw. Once it hits his hand, it's out of his hand quickly, and really not even a close play at first. That's how strong an arm this young man has.
So one out. He's made a couple really nice plays again. He was a highlight maker in their opening round loss. And it's big because here comes Siniscalchi, the big power hitter who walked his first time up. You keep that runner off base.
Yeah, you get on base if Ripoli gets on base, and you pop one right here, and all of a sudden it's a 5-2 game.
5-2 game, and you have Mexico thinking, wait a minute, what did we just do?
Yeah, because that is the rule. Once Victor Juarez leaves the game as a pitcher, he can stay in the game and play. Even if he does stay in, he can't come back and pitch again.
2-0. Close, and I think you saw the catcher. It's now Raul Lopez shaking his head. Nuncio has gone out to right field. He talked about his versatility. Raul Lopez is a good catcher too. They like to rotate their catchers on this team. That one was definitely outside.
Well, if it's like the big leagues, maybe Leal likes pitching better to Lopez than he does Nuncio, so they brought in his own personal catcher.
You think he's got a personal catcher?
I doubt it. No, he might not even know who's back there.
3-0. Siniscalchi swings away. And I know they're down 5-0, but You're the big guy?
He's your guy. Turn him loose.
And you know he's a little antsy. Did have a hit yesterday against South Korea. Walked his first time today. And that's ball 4. He'll take the walk. And now he's taken off for second, and he's in there safely. Well, okay. They're not going to let you swing the bat. I'll turn a walk into a double.
Well, the young man has a powerful arm. The young man can hit. Big, powerful bat, but watching him run is pretty special too. But you see the ball get past Lopez, and then he couldn't find it. And once that ball slowly rolled and stayed back at the fence, you know, give Siniscalchi a lot of credit. Most guys would jog to first base on a walk. He sprinted, got to second base, and now he put himself in scoring position with only 1 out.
So time called, and you also saw his reaction after that, trying to get his team going. You can understand they might be a little dispirited. Let's listen in.
Vamos jugando muy bien. Con esa carrera no nos empatan, así es que déjenla, vamos. Concéntrese con el bateador ahora. Vamos a sacar este inning, vamos, hay que sacarlo. No pasó nada, arriba, hay que hacer outs.
Yeah. Concentrate on the batter, don't worry about the runner. 5 years of winter ball, learned me that.
You are just so much more cultured than we give you credit for.
I tell you, I used to go to the mound just to try to, when the pitching coach would come out and talk to one of our pitchers, I'd go to the mound just to see if I could figure out what they were saying.
Well, you learned something. That's a ball down and in.
And it's great advice. It's 5-0. You know, don't worry about him. And if you're the defenders for Mexico, especially in the infield, you don't worry about him either.
Nicolas Barba. A little bit outside, 2-0. Well, you can't imagine, you make the pitching change, you're up 5-0, trying to save an arm, how the pressure could start to ratchet up if Canada figures out a way to get a rally going.
We were doing a regional game up in Connecticut, and Connecticut had a really good pitcher, Kerstetter, and they were up 7-0 after the first inning. He pitched 1 inning, and they took him out to save him for the next day. And he did pitch well the next day and got him in the championship, but by the 3rd, 4th inning, it was 7-7. So that is the risk.
2-2. Jose Leal, second pitcher of the day for Mexico. There's Victor Juarez. See if he gets to use that big arm over at third. He's a good ball player.
He plays deep enough that he can show it off. He's out almost in the grass for a left-handed hitter.
Time at home plate. Left side of the infield is pretty talented right now for Mexico with Gael Cortez and Victor Juarez.
Both got some arms to show off, and of course our man Nuncio out in right field. He's hoping someone hits a base hit to right field so he can show off that thing he's got working. And he can throw.
He really can. He misses being a part of all the action, so he's trying to yell to see if somebody can hear him out there in right field.
I mean, he's Manny Machado. All his mannerisms, the way he walks, the way he stands and waits for a pitch to be thrown. I mean, look at it. That's Manny Ramirez or Manny Machado.
He's wearing that 13.
Yeah. Look, right, hand on the hip, glove on the leg. That's Manny Machado.
We ask all these kids before the Little League World Series starts, who's your favorite big leaguer, who's your favorite ball player? In the dirt, that's another ball. And it'll be a walk, and on the ball getting by the catcher. Siniscalchi moves to third, so 2 on 1 out. Let's welcome in Marisol.
Hey, Dave, spoke to Nuncio before the game, and he says the 13 is not for Manny Machado, but for Alex Rodriguez. He said he noticed his recent retirement. Was sad that he wasn't playing, but chose his number in homage to him.
Okay. But he does. I mean, I'm with you. The mannerisms look so much like that other number 13.
Manny Machado's got a cannon for a right arm, and so does Mr. Nuncio.
So let's see, a chance for Canada. Sean Coventry Grounds one softly. Leal off the mound will take it to first. That will get a run home. Siniscalchi comes in to score. So Canada's on the board. It's a start. It's 5-1.
Yeah, great base runner by Siniscalchi to get himself in scoring position. Remember, he went to second base on the ball 4 wild pitch. Another wild pitch gets him to third, and a ground out scores him. So I'm sure the coaches from Mexico right now are thinking, we got 2 outs, but looking at that guy at third thinking, oh boy, we should have left him in another inning.
Well, and a hit here might emphasize that. Stefano Del Sasso, and he's been a good hitter for Canada. Foul ball right off the end of the bat.
2 for 4 coming in their 2 games. And of course, he struck out his first at bat. I think a little different pitcher out there right now than Victor Juarez.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Canada is still looking for their first hit. They've scored a run here in this inning without a hit, a couple of walks and a good base running. 1-2.
The one thing you got to love about Canada, they're going to get their hacks in, and they might strike out. They struck out 15 times yesterday, but you know, this is the right approach. If they throw it over the plate, take a swing at it.
And I think you spotted that right away today. A little different approach, kind of a team-wide game plan. And they've had good swings. It was very tough against the guy who started this game. 1-2 and a foul tip right into the mitt. So they get 1, but only the 1. Middle of the 4th in Williamsport, Mexico, in an elimination game as the 5-1 lead. One of the treats of Williamsport, the big barrel kettle of kettle corn. We'll be having some of that after this one is over. From Williamsport, Pennsylvania, our Fresh Take brought to you by Subway. 4 teams up for elimination today. And South Korea's pitching has dominated here. That's been one of the big stories. Struck out 30 of 33 hitters in the Little League World Series. That's amazing.
That's dominance.
Yeah. 30 strikeouts in 2 games for South Korea. The dramatic 7th inning last night puts Kentucky in a very good position. Those teams that are 2-0 have such an edge. So fewer games to play, fewer pitchers you have to use. So that was a huge extra inning win for Kentucky. Kentucky, New York, Panama, and South Korea, the 4 undefeated teams through 2 games.
How about the team from Rhode Island with Colin Lemieux? He started 2 games already because of the rain, and because he didn't throw a lot of pitches, he can actually start again. He's going to have 3 starts in this Little League World Series, and they're 3 games.
Yeah, that is amazing. Anthony Porcelato is on the mound. And it's good to see. We saw Anthony take a dive trying to catch a ball in yesterday's game and have to come out of the game. On the ground towards second, Nathan Clegg. Nice play, 1 away. Throws out Fabian Marr. So here's Anthony Porcelato on the mound.
And all Canada's asked him to do is just keep it close. Give us a chance.
They're on the board. They have their first run across. They still have 6 outs of life at the plate. So you're right. Hey, keep this a 4-run deficit. See what happens. Gael Cortez.
Keep it away from him.
Yeah, don't. If you're going to miss off the plate in. That was a very good looking pitch.
Really,
called a ball.
Yeah, really good pitch.
3 for 6, a double and 2 home runs. When he hits it, it is loud.
Said Buck Showalter contact to damage ratio. Pretty good. 2 homers and a double in his 3 hits.
His current team is pretty good at that. Make your hits count.
Pitching's been struggling though lately for the Fighting Showalters.
On the ground toward the middle, Siniscalchi, those quick feet to get in front of it. Another high throw, and he got him again. With another play by Liam McLean getting his foot on the bag. That one was a little less obvious to me. Mexico may think about it. do have a challenge system here in play.
This is the second time Siniscalchi's thrown one high for Liam McLean, but look at McLean go up, and you know, that's a, we can't tell if his foot lands on the base. Well, I think you'd want to look at it, but they're not.
Play on. Yeah, don't throw that one again to this kid who hit a home run his last time up. Jose is thinking, throw me that one again. Two down, nobody on. That one is skied to center field with the bright sun. Lucas Sarache makes the play. Well done.
If they're giving out gold gloves, he's a contender.
He's having a heck of a Little League World Series in center field. 5-1 Mexico. It's been a very entertaining game, elimination game on the international side. Our Honda game summary. Victor Juarez, because they had that 4-run third inning, Crucky, they took him out of the game even though he was really dominating. So they kind of take a risk, but they bring a 5-1 lead into the fifth.
Yeah, he was really dominating, and this is, yeah, we thought this could happen. Leal threw 22 pitches, and now they're bringing in Cortez to pitch. So you're going to probably see a different pitcher every inning until they close this game out.
Yeah, I think that is the idea, because after they lost their opener, you got to stack those wins up close together. So they won to stay alive in their second game. Now this is another elimination game. They'll have to play tomorrow and win, and they'd have to play Thursday and win.
Yeah, it'd be a fun watch if they hit a grounder to short to Victor Juarez. Watch that arm from a little bit further away than the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, Cortez leaves shortstop to come to the mound. Anthony Porchelato, who's now pitching for Canada. And we've seen his arm at shortstop. It translates.
Yeah, it works pretty well. I mean, the team from Canada's got everything. My gosh, we've seen 3 pitchers, and they're all throwing gas at us.
And after what they saw yesterday, it's really true. We never thought we would have said this coming in, because we just expect Japan to be such a powerhouse year after year in Williamsport. But the impressive arms, at least in terms of velocity, that they've seen have come after that first game.
Yeah, and that's. But you wonder why a team, you know, why some of these teams get eliminated. I mean, you know, this team from Mexico. We talked about the team from South Korea. You know, when you have 3 or 4 guys that are, you know, above average velocity for Little League, and you have to face them, you know, just like the team from Japan when they had to face Siniscalchi. He overpowered them.
Strike 3. No, strike 2. Sorry, Anthony, you're still up there. 2-2. Cortez. Now he'll try to punch him out, and there it is. So Porchelato is out number 1. All the excitement of the Little League World Series, including scores, stats, highlights, and more, can be found at LLBWS.org. You can also follow along with that hashtag LLWS. Great scene at Volunteer Stadium. On the international side, this elimination game, Mexico and Canada, we're in the 5th inning. Here's Liam McLean. There's one good fastball after another from all 3 pitchers that Mexico has thrown today.
Can't be fun.
French fries are more fun.
It's like when the Yankees had the 3-headed monster out in their bullpen.
Yeah, it's kind of what it is for a full game.
Yeah, Betances, Miller, Chapman. The team from Mexico is throwing that out there at him now. At this team from Canada.
Just like South Korea did yesterday afternoon against him. 0-2 to Liam McLean. Gael Cortez. got the call. 2 down.
Well, we talked about the strike zone, and anything close with 2 strikes, you got to be swinging. And that pitch looks like it comes back a little bit. Hits the catcher's glove. 2 strikes, you got to be swinging. Anything close.
So here's Lucas Sirachi, who we've been really impressed with his defense today. Now getting a chance to hit. A little late on that fastball.
I think we could say that a lot today.
Yes.
With what the team from Mexico's fired out there on the hill. What do we call the mound in Little League? You can't call it the hill. You can't call it the bump. It's flat. So what do we call it?
The mound.
Isn't the mound rounded too?
I think enough to still call it that. These are the kind of questions that we probe. 1-1. Lucas.
Oh man, that hit him.
Yeah, that got him.
Like it hit him in the hand.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. He says he's okay. Yeah, got him on the hand or the wrist. Tough kid.
Even hit him?
For the sound of it, I think it did. I think it would have sounded different.
You can see him flexing that pinky finger on his left hand. Would be the bottom hand on his bat.
Keep selling it, Lucas.
Yeah, there you go.
I think we would have heard had it hit the knob.
Yeah.
Let's listen. To me, it would sound different if it hits that aluminum.
Yeah.
Even on the knob. But
on first.
He's at first base. 2 down.
And more importantly, he's okay.
Antonio Cuzati, who struck out twice. Those at bats were against Victor Juarez. Not a whole lot easier here against Gael Cortez. 1-1.
You wouldn't think it would be my taste, but I'm really liking the neon green jerseys of the team from Mexico.
I do. I like them too.
I do too.
Very colorful, just like their fans in the stands. In the dirt, and the throw behind the runner, knocked down at first by Trevino.
I think Sirachi thought that the ball got away from the catcher.
So now it's 2-2. Basically every parent is here of these kids from Mexico. It's a long way from San Nicolas here to Williamsport. On the ground to second, and the underhand flip by Eduardo Garcia just in time. A base runner, but no runs for Canada. Running out of outs. Mexico leads 5-1. Dave Fleming, John Kruk back here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And the Subway family photo booth. Yeah, what a great shot that is. She deserves a kiss. After the way she went down the hill.
Head first. She's tougher than I'll ever be.
I'm going to tell her that when we see her after this game. She's part of the scene in Williamsport. In an elimination game, Mexico is 3 outs away from staying alive in this Little League World Series. Try to add on to the bottom of the 5th against Anthony Porchelato, who is still in. We've got another game later this afternoon on the international side, Curacao and Australia. We expect that to be a very well played, close game.
Yeah, Curaçao's not really scored a ton of runs in this Little League World Series yet.
They've pitched well. They've played good defense. A bouncer to short. Backhanded by Siniscalchi. 1 away.
And it appears that we're going to get Clayton Campbell for Australia, who pitched really well in their first game win.
Yeah, and they took him out yesterday. They used him. Got the benefit of the rain out. We're talking about Team Australia now. They used him and took him out after that pitch threshold so they could save him for today. They ended up tying the game in the 6th inning. They lost on a walk-off in the bottom of the 6th, but they have their ace today. Here's Victor Juarez taking ball 1.
And if people haven't seen the team from Curacao play yet, Donovan Antonio is a 13-year-old physical specimen. He is just put together.
He hit the home run that tied the game against Japan, that sort of set the stage for their late game heroics.
Over the light pole in left center.
It did. It was higher than the top of the light pole. It was an amazing home run. There's a strike. So that's our international game at 5 Eastern. Still a few hours from now. Up the hill when we're done, an elimination game on the U.S. side. With Rhode Island and Iowa. Juarez a liner to center and just beyond the reach of Lucas Sorachi. It takes a kick back toward the infield. It's a double for Victor Juarez. What a player.
He is starting to swing. I mean, he's just been swinging ever since he's got here. But look at this. Look like a breaking ball that was elevated. And see just how he stays on this ball. Don't try to pull it. And you know, if our man Lucas Sorachi can't get it, it can't be gotten.
He's made one good play after another out there. Jose Miranda takes one high and tight.
I was watching when that ball was hit off the bat of Victor Juarez, and he got a good jump on that ball too. It just hit too hard.
On the ground, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Trying to get Canada back up to the plate with their 2, 3, 4 spots due up. And keep it a manageable deficit.
1-1.
Because look, we've seen it in this Little League World Series. This is 4 runs. They could do this. It's not impossible.
Especially late, because most of the time, I mean, you know, Mexico, South Korea seems like to be different than the rest with the power pitching they can throw out late in the game. But normally, you know, your starting pitcher, if he's pitching great, you keep it close. Pitch count gets him. You have to bring in someone else, and runs are scored.
2-2 to Jose Manuel Miranda. Got him. 2 down. The Little League Grow the Game grant program was created to provide local Little Leagues the resources they need for general improvement, and also to expand or establish Little League softball, Challenger Division, and Urban Initiative programs. For more information, visit littleleague.org/growthegame. Great program, and we all care about growing the game. It's part of the platform of being here in Williamsport and showcasing what a fun sport this could be for kids. Alejandro Trevino at the plate. Alejandro, his second at bat of the game, trying to knock in a run. It's 1-1.
Hey, you're just watching these kids play the game globally. See the skill level starting to catch up with other countries, other European countries. You know, the team from Italy, we kept mentioning how fundamentally sound. You know, Australia's still, still in this.
I'm with you. The depth of the field on the international side in the last 5 years has dramatically improved.
Yeah, parity's taken over the world.
We always had those powerhouse teams, but now every year the international side has 8 competitive, strong teams. 2-2.
And it's not only fun for the kids to know that, you know, now we might have a chance when they come here. It's fun for us because we get to see good baseball.
We've seen it all the way through on the international side. 2-2. That one is sky to center. Here comes Lucas Sorachi.
He doesn't see it.
And he never saw it. Never could find it. Neither could Sean Coventry. That will score a run. It's 6-1. And Trevino ends up with a double.
Well, you see him, he's trying everything. He's trying to get the glove up, his hand. And that might be a ball that where, if you're Sean Coventry, you have to understand that their son, and look, these kids are 12, 13 years old. Guys in the big league sometimes don't even get over there to help out. But, that's one of those plays because of the angle that Coventry would be running from left field. The sun might not be in his eyes like it was with Lucas Sorachi.
Yeah, and I think he needed some help. That was clear.
Jamie's checking it.
He's doing all he can, even pre-pitch, to try to get ready for it. That one is hit out to shallow center field, and it's going to fall. Sorachi up with the ball. Here comes his throw. Pretty good one, but too late. Now the throw behind the runner at first. Not in time. 7-1 Mexico. They're starting to put this game away. So Eduardo Garcia knocks in a run. That's pretty cool. The giant size Eduardo in the stands look pleased. He's got a great smile.
That's what you love. Just the pure joy that these kids get when they do something well.
He's done a lot of things well. He's a good player. There's Raul Lopez. Had a single his first time up. He's 1 for 1 in the game. 10 hits now for Mexico. They've hit 1 home run. It's not a team that's totally dependent on power.
No, and that could be a rarity here because of the size of the kids. But yeah, when they start hitting, you're getting 10 hits a game. Pretty good chance you're going to win.
Anthony Porchelato throws, and that curveball's a little bit high. 2-1.
And that's the thing, usually when you get to this, you might see the middle of the lineup that does all the damage. But you look at this team from Mexico. It's been the bottom part of the order, scored runs. Of course, the top of the order's done their job too. But when you get that balance, and that's why I think just watching all the teams on the U.S. side, it seems like to me that because of their pitching with Harlost and Michael Mancini from the team from Maine and New York, they just seem to me to be more balanced offensively and as far as their pitching goes.
In the dirt, it's 3-2. Yeah, and I think that it comes into play even more as the tournament goes on. You need that depth of pitching. You're playing more games.
I mean, New York has not lost since they started playing, to get here. 21-0.
Yeah, that's impressive. Now you also wonder, okay, if they do lose a game, it's been so long, how do you handle it?
Well, you saw how Team Canada handled it. Get some fried dough.
Pretty easy solution.
Yeah.
Where are the hot dogs? That's the good part about being 12. Another 3-2. That's ball 4. Lopez draws the walk. 2 on, 2 out. And Fabian Mar will come back up. Our aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. A great day to be high up above Williamsport. Not as much wind today. Clear skies.
That they play tomorrow. New York against the team from Kentucky. You're going to see Devin Obie pitch against Ryan Harlow. That's going to be a good one.
That's a heck of a matchup. on the international side tomorrow, the two undefeated teams. If it's Carlos Gonzalez for Panama with his 80+ mile-an-hour fastball against the power of South Korea,
it's going to be fun watch too.
That's a pretty good one too.
And people wonder what we do between games.
Yeah, we watch. That ball hit well to right field and caught. Good play. Stefano Del Sasso for out number 3. Last chance for Canada. When we come back, Mexico's got the 6-run lead.
Great job.
Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. They're great!
Welcome back to the Little League World Series presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. On the international side, as we go to the 6th inning, Mexico's got the 7-1 lead. And John Kruk, the pitching for Mexico. Canada still does not have a hit in this game. All 3 have really been impressive.
Yeah, they really have. And it started off with Victor Juarez, the power, throwing 75 miles an hour, equivalent to 100 miles an hour. And then Jose Leal came in and he was throwing hard. Command issues a little bit. That's how Canada scored their run. And then, of course, the shortstop. We saw him make great plays at shortstop. Also a great arm in Gael Cortez. And looks like they're going to keep Cortez out here to try to finish this thing off. And they will have all their pitching ready for their next game again, I guess.
Yeah, well, Victor would have to sit out one day. And then he'd be ready to go on Thursday. Mexico's had 3 all-time no-hitters that they have pitched in the history of and it's a long history, participation in the Little League World Series. And of course, that famous perfect game you were asking about, a movie about Williamsport. There's been a movie made about that game in 1957. Angel Macias of Mexico with the perfect game, pitching them to a championship in Williamsport, pitching left-handed and right-handed.
Wow. No pitch count either back then.
Just keep going, kid. Here's Liam Lewis. A start for Canada would be a hit. See if they can get on the board. Make something happen in the inning. 1-2. Well, Cortez getting that call on the outside.
1-2.
Stay out there.
Yeah. That's where the target not quite out there. They tried to frame. Raul Lopez did. 2-2.
And we've seen so many different ways that these young catchers try to frame balls. There's been a couple of them that were maybe a tad obvious.
On the ground, Leal fields, and just in time he got him. A good play by Jose Leal.
Well, we talked about the 3 pitchers and the velocity that they all throw from, and Jose Leal right here, he gets it. Takes a peek at the runner to see how much time he had, and then, 71, 72 over to first base. Nothing to it.
Bien pichado.
Well, now Cortez will come out, and because of that pitch count, he would be available for tomorrow. You got both Leal and Cortez who would be available tomorrow, assuming Mexico hangs on. We're going to find out as soon as we come back. They've got the 7-1 lead. As soon as we are done, they're getting ready up the hill at Lomity, Warwick, Rhode Island, Johnston, Iowa. That's an elimination game on the U.S. side. 2 teams that have really been competitive and impressive, and yet with each having suffered a loss, their tournament hopes are on the line when we're done. Now here at Volunteer, 2 outs away from a win for Mexico to keep their championship hopes going. And hey, it's your guy, Luis Nuncio, on the mound.
Yeah, we've seen him throw to just about every base from the catcher's position, hoping and praying someone will get a base hit to right field with someone on second so we can show off the arm. And now we're going to get to see it on the hill, or the bump, or the mound, or the flat space with the rubber on it.
I mean, dirt circle in the middle of the field. All right.
Yeah. They're like, hey, we're pretty good, aren't we? Yeah. Well, you throw a lot harder than I do. Yeah, but I got them out, all of them out too.
Impressive pitching.
And there we go with another one.
Yep. So they got 4 high-quality arms on this team. Loreto Siniscalchi, who was the star of the first couple days, I think. with that pitching performance against Japan, and he lines one to right. There's a hit for Canada, their first of the day. And we're not rooting against Mexico, but you like to see the Canadian team get a hit up on the board.
And that's the thing you'll notice, teams that are, losing by, however many runs late in the game, there's no give up in these kids. They don't just phone it in and shut it down. I mean, and again, you have to think that the kids from Canada look at the scoreboard and say, wow, we haven't got a hit yet in this game, so let's try to get someone on base or get a base hit and see if that does anything to this team from Mexico. And of course, your best player gets your first base hit of the game.
Yeah, see what happens.
Never know.
Nicolas Barba, who has walked and struck out. Nuncio, they set that target in. And they miss in for ball 2. Two outs away from advancing to tomorrow, where they will play the winner of Australia-Curacao. We'll have that game later this afternoon for you. 2-1. And because of the way they've managed their pitching, Cortez and Leal both would be available for that game. And it's hard to know. Curacao and Australia, they seem fairly evenly matched to me. 2-2 with the foul ball.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun game to watch. And Australia's pitching has been really good.
They had the dramatic 2-run homer to tie the game yesterday in the top of the 6th inning, down to their final few outs. Australia's a team. We were talking last inning about the progress that these international representatives have made in certain parts of the world, playing high-level baseball. No better example than Australia. Those first couple of years, they were just hoping, hey, let's figure out a way to get some hits and take something positive back home. Not anymore. 2-2 to Barba. Strikes him out swinging. 2 down, and now Canada's down to their final out tonight after Yankees-Mariners. By the way, Ken Griffey Jr. will be in the booth with the gang out in Seattle. Sports Center at night with Stan and Neil. All the baseball highlights from the big leaguers, the little leaguers, NFL news, everything else from the sports world. Sports Center at night on ESPN, also on the ESPN app, and watch ESPN. So Neil and Stan will be ready to go after Yankees-Mariners from Seattle. Here's Sean Coventry trying to keep the game going. A bouncer to second. Tough hop pick clean by Garcia. And Mexico, their championship hopes are very much still alive. That was an impressive 7-1 win.
Yeah, dominant pitching by 4 different pitchers that the team from Mexico used. Canada finally got their first hit and their only hit of the game in that last inning. So, the pitching from Mexico carried them. Big hits, though. For the team from Mexico, big home run, of course, by Jose Leal. And Mexico is moving on, and Team Canada has nothing to be ashamed of. They battled hard in this. They got one win, beat Japan, which is huge for this country and this team. But the Mexican team from Mexico just a little too strong today.
Yeah. And the reality sets in for the kids from Canada. Their Little League World Series is done. They had a great time in Williamsport, but Mexico, they survived to see another game. They will play the winner of Australia-Curacao. On the international side, South Korea and Panama still undefeated in the international bracket here in this 2016 Little League World Series. And the kids want to come over and show some good sportsmanship to the fans and to the team from Vancouver, British Columbia. Well, we will wait now for the next game on the international side. First, though, we've got a game on the U.S. side. And to get you ready for that one, for John Kruk, Dave Fleming saying so long here from Volunteer. We'll now send it to Jay Crawford. Jay?